Mushy's a dude. Rock on, dude.
Hey, would any of you guys like to hear a message about Jesus?
No, I wouldn't.
Your words, no.
No.
Religion is a virus to humanity. I do not support religion.
Spread that in real life instead of a game.
Are you guys real people?
I would like.
Yep.
I'm real. I'm 60 years old, and I am not religious at all.
60? Holy heck.
No, I'm not holy. I'm not religious.
Well, the president that makes America great, he believes in Jesus. He said he's the most...
He has to say that to get the votes.
That's what you
He has to say that to get the votes. There's a lot of people that believe in that stuff, you know. What are you going to do? You got to get the votes. He may be religious, I don't know. He's married, he has kids. I'm not. I'm happy just to live my life and die, and that's it. I don't want more. I'm not afraid of dying. You religious people make up stories because you're all afraid of dying.
Someone says shut up.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're welcome to believe that. I mean, it's just not...
Well, it's not really a belief. It's kind of a truthism, not a belief.
What was that?
I don't know.
I'm not telling you to... Believing is telling everybody to believe in some invisible guy in the sky, and you have no proof of it.
Well,
Watch my movement. Watch my movement.
Yeah.
I have proof that we
Broken
died.
ankles. Broken ankles, your last.
Well, of course we have proof of his existence. That's his simple proof. In fact,
Well, yeah. Well, go ahead. I'm in the mood for a laugh. Go ahead. Give me your proof of God.
well, it's simply this: the invisible part is biblical. The Bible calls himself the invisible God to man. So you're literally quoting a Bible verse to insult him, but that's exactly how he calls himself. So
Watch my movement.
thanks
Watch
for
my
quoting
movement.
the Bible to
Ankles.
quote the
Ankle.
Bible. I mean, to quote God.
Ankle.
That's exactly how he calls himself. So, as in for creation, the Bible says you can know God through His creation. It's kind of like finding an iPad, let's say, on a planet, but you've never been there. Would you say that it just somehow just sprang up and formed and put itself together? No, we all know there would be an intelligent design who put that together. However, let's use this game. Did this game just spring into existence, or did it have an intelligent mind? Now, let me ask you this: what's more
I believe in
intelligent?
intelligent creation.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
It doesn't mean there's an invisible man doing it.
Well, intelligent creation.
It's called nature.
And what created
It's
nature?
called science.
Science means...
Science that we understand more and more of every day as we evolve.
Well,
Science is just a theory.
Science is using your five senses to understand the things that are around you. It's not that we invented anything. It's that we understand its structure. So therefore, whenever a scientist in the mathematics comes up with a new idea of math, he didn't invent it. He discovered it. It was already set.
Right.
Okay, so
Yes.
then how did he get there? The
It's
math, that means the math
it's
equations
science.
were already present. They were pre-designed. He was just discovering
My
it. He just
6-inch
literally
missile.
dusted it off and found something.
Alright.
The point is this, ladies and gentlemen, human beings alone are the walking iPads of the earth. Our body is so complex. You have a soul, body, and a spirit. Your body is so
Yeah, we're digging into
intellectual, right? So your brain, your heart, your kidney, your livers are all absolutely different from each other, yet they all work together. They all have an intelligent way they operate. And they operate through the brain. And the brain goes through the spinal cord. The spinal cord has a nervous system, and it connects all together. And you're telling me that just pooped on its own? Something so intellectual, right? And look at the rocks, the trees. Look at the birds.
That's right.
So what
That's right. I agree.
Look at my toe.
I agree there's
Look at my
intelligent designs to everything we see, touch, feel, and do. But it does not mean there's an old dude with a white beard and a flowing white robe and wrote 10 commandments on the side of a cliff saying, "Thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that, or I will burn you in hell," but he loves you anyway.
Okay.
Which is how ridiculous your Bible stories are.
Well, the thing is that
I would agree with you.
here's what I'll tell you: simply
No,
this.
this
It
guy
sounds
is-
like you have a more beef with God than anything. As in what he looks like. We don't really know what God looks like.
I have a beef with people that try to spread crap they can't prove.
Right. Well,
You try to spread things. You come on, you tell people that Jesus came back from the dead, that he walked on water. Molecularly changed wine to water to wine or whatever the hell. You have no proof of any of that.
Well, why do I have to have proof?
That is not a nature design.
Well, that's what faith is for. So we have
No.
Let me respond
Faith is
back
what
to you. So faith is substance things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Every single thing you do in life is faith. Don't let this guy fool you guys. When you read a book, you're listening to what the teachers are telling you. He's lying. He has no faith in his own idea that there's no faith. He has to have faith in that. That's a silly concept.
There is absolutely faith.
That's
Faith
really
is
dumb.
what people need because they're too scared of dying.
If he says there's no
There
faith,
is no heaven.
he's believing
All right,
So what he's
because they're
believing.
scared of dying. They don't want life to be over. So you have to have faith that something will be better that makes them feel good. Why do I have to have faith? I'm happy with dying. I live 80 years. That's enough for me.
Well,
I'd rather go to sleep.
Well, you do live by faith. You're lying to these young people. You really are. If you were to tell these guys,
I'm telling you my opinion on what I think.
No, it's
you
not
should live
about.
by.
It's not about opinion.
Like you are.
It's about language. When we use language, language has a definition of meaning. When you say, "Hey guys, I'm going to be
I
right
support
back,"
the Constitution. I believe in the freedom of religion. You can believe bunny rabbits created the world all you want, but I believe in what I see.
Well, as funny as he doesn't even know what freedom of religion is. If he would have known that freedom of religion was
I
created
know what
by
freedom of religion is.
It was created by Christians.
Can you name the 5 freedoms of the Constitution?
It was to defend against
Name
the
all 5.
government from using. They were using Christianity.
Freedom of religion,
for
freedom of
political
speech,
gain. You know why?
freedom to
Europe
address
was
your
doing
government,
that,
freedom to protest,
right?
freedom.
So Europe
What's the
was
last
doing
word?
this for using Christianity as a political
Press.
gain.
Freedom
so
of
what
press.
happened in America? The Christians revolted and they came up with a law called freedom of
And
state.
created
Right?
thousands of
So
war,
that
thousands of counts.
that means that the government cannot use.
I don't believe as you do, thus I shall raise my sword against you. Been going on forever, and it goes on today. Ask the Muslims.
Are you talking about the Muslims?
No,
Your
I'm
conversation's
nothing.
over, son.
So here's what I'm simply saying to you guys. He's over there picking on Christians. Christians are the ones who gave that law. We're the ones who fought for it. Who do you think the abolitionists were? It wasn't the non-believers who freed the people of color in America. It wasn't these guys.
There's
It was
no
the
doubt that
abolitionists.
religious people aren't good people.
No, here's the point.
There's
The
a lot of
abolitionists
good
are the ones who
religious
freed
people.
them.
They do the right thing.
This
It doesn't
guy-
mean what they believe in is real.
It is real because when you
Okay.
This guy's a
When's the last time you said hello to Jesus, saw his actual face
Say it one more time.
in person?
How about
When was the last time you saw God or Jesus
I saw?
in real life?
Yeah.
Not in some Bible story.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
How come Moses is the only one he gets to talk to?
Hold on. He's not the only one.
How come Noah is the only one he gets to listen to? And how come the Bible is filled with all kinds of people that get to see him? It's like an alternate Earth or something.
Well,
By good nature or Jesus?
you keep saying that, but it
I
tells
can't
me you don't even know
let 'em
anything about the Bible. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bible, all through
I agree, I've
New
never
and
read
Old
it.
Testament. What? Hold on. Did you just say you never read it?
But I have watched the Ten Commandments.
Oh, he
I've
watched
watched the Ten
movie.
Commandments with Charlton Heston and Yul Brynner about 100 times because I think it's a great fictional story. I love the world where God actually exists.
man.
People actually see
Listen.
God. That's why that was a great movie.
Listen, that's silly. I'm just sorry to tell you, man.
Okay.
This
Whatever.
conversation is going to be over. I don't even begin to know. I didn't even have the conversation with somebody who didn't know anything about what they're talking about. Because you watched the movie.
Well, I'm sitting here listening to you, ain't I?
Well, I'm just telling you, he does love you. He died on the cross for you. God raised him.
Convince me.
Right? Oh, it's not.
You're telling me
It's
you're
not
talking
that-
about an invisible man again.
No, I'm talking about Jesus.
Show me the proof of an invisible man without having to have faith.
Yeah, sure. I already told you. Look at creation. It all has
Creation is science.
right purpose.
This AK-47 was created by thoughts and science and know-how, but it doesn't prove God made it.
So let me go ahead and tell you this. The science that you're familiar with was produced by the Christian faith. Back in the ancient period, the science they had was agriculture and engineering. When the Christian faith began to rise, right, it was the science that we use with chem labs, the way we use physics, that came from the Christian and
Dear
belief.
Lord.
That
Yeah, you
didn't
gotta
come from the
see that.
knowledge.
Once again,
Right.
that's fine. The Christians are good people. The Christians made the Constitution. You're right. Most of those guys were all religious.
hospital.
They believed in God. And they created the greatest system of government the world has ever known, the United States of America. Hail Trump.
So what do you think? Where do you think all that?
You like
came
Trump?
from? Where do you think all that came?
You
from?
like Trump, Pastor Roy?
Hold on one sec. Where do you think all that came from?
Just a little side story. Okay, what?
Where do you think all that came from?
See? What came from?
Why our country so
What do you
great?
think of this argument?
You think it just came off the backs of just?
It came from good people with common sense who don't want to be ruled by dictators.
And why did they not want to be ruled by dictators? What led them this far?
Because dictators and kings are evil a-holes who tax us and make us live miserably and hurt us and kill us if we do not what they say.
Well, let's just go.
You got to admit, the United States is the best.
Well, let's.
The best government so far. We don't kill our people in the street like Iran does.
Well, let's just go.
Just because you protest.
And why does that matter if God doesn't exist?
I say we kill the Jews.
Usually they're on the
Why
same
does
side.
it-
You get me?
Yeah, if God doesn't.
Why does it matter that God doesn't exist?
Yeah, why does it matter?
Well, I think Rush Limbaugh said it best. To the atheists and agnostics like myself,
This guy's
you guys just annoy us. It's all annoying. That's all it is.
Well, what is annoying?
You annoy us.
If you're annoying, you're annoying.
You guys talking about stuff we can't see or hear. We can't see it and feel it or want to have faith. So thus, you annoy us.
That's not even my question. My question was, all those political people, like in China and them, how they rule. If God doesn't exist, why is it that their way is the wrong way and the American way is the right way?
Common sense.
That's not answering my question.
It should.
It's not.
Let's see. Hitler ruled a certain way, and look at all the people who got killed. Do I want to live my life like Hitler? No.
Yeah, actually,
Common sense.
Actually,
What?
Actually, there is things like have you ever studied about the guy or know anything about him?
Hitler? We talking about Hitler?
Yeah. Do you know
He
anything?
was a vegetarian. He hated the Jews.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Probably more than
this
anyone.
man has actually a lot in common with the American belief system. He believed that his people
I
were
am
first.
proud to be an American.
Bitch, nope.
Did you know that the American people want the American people to be first? We don't want other people to be first. So did that man. Did you know
Have
that?
pride in your team. What's wrong with that?
So no, I'm saying, does that mean you and Hitler have something in common?
No. Well, okay. There might be some economical things that Hitler did. That doesn't mean I want to kill Jews, though, does it?
Okay, let's go.
Common
with
sense says back the team. It doesn't kill millions of people, don't you think?
All right, let's just go with this. Besides
Hail the
that,
USA.
right? Besides that, here's what I'm gonna tell you. Okay, do you know why he was burning so many books? Does anybody even know why he was burning so many books, and what was he burning exactly?
Because they were against the Aryan race, white person, blue-eyed, perfect people that Hitler believed in.
No, one of the.
He didn't want anybody to be like him.
One of the books he was trying. This is actually true. You can look this up right now. You can ask an AI or go research it. Go ask a professor in college or ask your teacher at school. And if they know this, they'll tell
The
you.
liberal indoctrination schools,
So
colleges.
what they were
I went
doing
to tech
is
school.
what's happening in America with the LG is exactly what was happening over there in Germany, and they were watching this. The H-man was watching this be done to his people, and that was the Jews that were pressing this. So he had them go in the libraries and gather any book that was teaching young people anything other than a male being a male.
Like, I've been waiting
Burn
for
it.
this.
Any of this gay stuff, burn it. Right? And yes, if anything was against Hitler's worldview, yeah, he would ask them
Yeah.
to burn that too. So anything.
I'm not against gays.
He's talking about
I'm not against transsexuals. I just don't think that kids should have their dicks cut off at birth or whatever.
So
Oh,
here's what I'm
Once you're
telling you.
18,
Well,
do whatever you want to mutilate your body. I don't care.
So he
this
knows
is
what
the
he's talking
truth.
about. I don't know.
The Mr. H man.
How do you do that head
He-
thing?
They threw a grenade. They threw a grenade. So what it is, he despised gays. he would have them wiped out if he found.
I'm sure he did. How about you?
So he would wipe them out, and so he was wiping out anything that taught this type of thinking. That's what he was burning. So anything that we
He was
that
totally
elementary,
evil.
and so he would destroy things that we in the modern day.
Yo, Pastor Ray, who are you baptized by?
Right. So I would say in certain areas of his life, a lot of them have in fact, across the world, a lot of people have things in common with him. It's just his response to revolt.
Yo, that's
He had a different response of violence, right? Where people would have rather went with more of a political diplomacy kind of route.
This is hard.
Right?
Is that like a
He went
respect?
more with the violence. But he hated the Jews. This isn't justification, this is an explanation.
Wait, Mushy, what
He
effect
hated
is
them
that?
because of what they were bringing upon the Germans. And turning these people corrupt and messing their lives up. And he said, I gotta wipe them.
I agree.
He didn't
Yo, anyone in
I
here
do.
leave real quick, like somebody just randomly.
because he saw the Jews.
Hitler didn't like the Jews. I agree.
He realized they were powerful and they were controlling.
You think Trump is head like Hitler?
I don't like it.
You don't like America first?
So what I believe
Stop touching me.
Yes.
I'm America.
everything
I'm
inside
America
of
first.
everyone, there's an equality of all of us that when it comes to our
Cats
people.
for America without
I mean, if this is your
Erica.
country and you live here and you're
Yo,
a
when do you guys
taxpayer,
leave?
you're
Like,
naturalized,
when do you guys
you're a
leave?
citizen somehow, or you're helping. I mean, the people.
Yo, if you press that button right there, bro, it's gonna give you a gift.
But don't you think because when you look at America and how many people want to come here and be Americans, that we're kind of like the best country on earth? We're the best sort of government, the best sort of belief system. Don't you think we're the best and we should be proud of that?
Could you stop being a jackass?
Well, I mean, should and
What's
does-
wrong with having pride in your country?
Well, think about it like this.
Listen,
I'm a pastor and I'm over here talking to a guy who just kind of pushes Jesus.
In America,
Listen what
freedom
I'm
of
saying.
speech, which I support.
Listen what I'm telling you. God himself has seen you
Wait, so who did you get back?
back against him and his kingdom. But you get mad at people in America for turning their back on this one. I mean, there's just really no.
I'm not a god.
You're a person that says you reject.
Yo,
And
W
God is
Trump
not
right
a
there.
person.
Yes.
God is not real.
God is a person.
God is a fictional character in your alternate universe where only Moses and Noah get to see him.
Well, if you read
Is the anti-American, by
if
the
you
way?
read the Bible, you would know that's absolutely not true. But you never read
I
it.
actually tried to read a Bible once. There was a Bible in the hotel room one time. It read like I guess the best way to describe it is like a dictionary where everything was a quote with a number and it didn't flow like a good story or anything. So, no, I gave up after about a minute. I learned more about the Bible through movies and TV. Guys like you.
Does anyone have dingleberries?
So here's what I'm gonna tell you.
Can someone grab
I
Bob?
mean, the political countries you saying is the best. When the 13th
Can
Yo,
someone
let's
grab
leave.
Bob?
put in place, you know those
Can
are
someone
all
grab
Christian
Bob?
leaders. They were even selected as Christians.
What
They weren't
country?
Christian in the United States of America in the 13 colonies, in the original
Yo,
13
guys,
colonies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about them now?
So I'm saying they were hand selected
Dude,
as
tables
Christians.
and a microphone.
2 or 3 of them was Catholics.
Yeah, they came from Great Britain.
So here's
Why
what I'm
don't
saying
you
to you
hear
is
my
this,
remix?
right? So people always say, what do you call
Two turntables
it?
and a
Immigrants built the
microphone.
country. Immigrants don't build countries. Settlers build countries. So these settlers,
Correct.
so these settlers were the ones.
I guess, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Building that.
Don't keep me.
Guys, be quiet. I want to listen to Pastor Roy. Please.
Sorry.
So,
I learned something here.
So I'm saying is the settlers, I know a lot of people say that when they say, oh, my family's Mexican or black or whatever, and they're the ones who built America. That's not true. That's not even exactly the proper wording. If they were
Wait,
settlers,
what's the Holy Trinity?
the settlers are the ones who
Yo, watch
built
out, bro.
countries. right? They're the ones.
No, about
who
Yo,
set
Fast
the-
Roy.
Or another word for settlers,
Yo, watch out.
capitalists.
So what I'm simply saying to you is
Shout out that shit, nigga.
the
Chillax.
original settlers across the board,
Hey,
that were the
dude.
leaders
No slurs.
of the original 13 colonies were all Christians. They were believers. So the country you keep
Somebody
saying
Yes.
has
Well, you can't really say they were all believers. If one person says they weren't a believer, they were kind of like burned as a witch back then, you know, or the equivalent of.
And I did.
the Salem tribe.
I kind of believe. Here's my belief. Even the founding fathers, one of them has got to, in his back of his mind, said, "I don't really believe in this shit, but I'll sign the document anyway
No, that's not. No.
because I don't want to be burned as a witch."
Well, if you actually knew about the four, only one of them was an open non-believer. But through the letters,
Which one?
I don't remember. What
There was one.
There was one of the
Huh.
four. Yes.
If I had to guess, I'd say it was Franklin. He seemed the most wise of the bunch.
So,
Like this will get fucked.
well, I mean, I know you think atheists are wise, but y'all don't have a history of really doing or achieving anything. Like, what's the atheist achievement in the past 50 years? What has atheists achieved?
I'm not part of an atheist group or anything. Or
Ideology has to have some form of wisdom. They're the smartest group on the
well, that just
So good, but like you gotta
put it
stop
this
it.
way. I'm not totally 100% believing there isn't a God. I believe there's a 1% chance of anything. Will that make you happy?
Some nigga go get a job, niggers.
Well, one, that'd make you an agnostic,
What?
not an atheist. You wouldn't want to go tell everybody you're an atheist. Atheist is 100%.
I thought agnostic mean you just didn't care.
No.
All right, wait. Hey, Bastard, let me tell you my personal thing. Can you guys be quiet, please?
Oh, this is not VR chat,
Here's
yo.
my deal.
Nigga, I'm good.
Let's say you're right. There is a God, is a Jesus, is a
You
heaven.
can't do that.
Why do you want to worship an almighty being?
You can't do that with every.
Why should I worship an almighty being? If this God gave me free will, why can't I just die and say, leave me alone, God? Take your hippie nephew, sister, brother, or whatever you are, that just formed out of midair, and leave me alone.
Yeah, sure.
What makes you want to worship a God?
Yeah, sure, I can respond to that. That's
Perfect
because
time for this nigga to
if you were
join.
to go back to the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve didn't think like you thought. That was the fall of man. You are a product of the fall of man. So the fall of
So I'm a product of a snake, right?
No, it's not a
He should have
mistake.
Am I the snake? No.
Oh, I thought you said mistake. I would say you're not a mistake. You're just a product
The snake,
of
you know, the snake that, the apple.
And
I knew some of the
you
story.
need to know how biblical free will is really designed. God designed us to be free under His umbrella, which means disobeying Him is not a part of free will. Free will is to
Okay.
come and go. Like, see right here? Imagine you own this much land, and you told your children, as far as beyond the mountains can go, everywhere you can go, right? But I ask you, there's just one thing I ask you not to do. And you give them this one task, and you can do anything. But when I call your name, I need you to come to me because I have a task for you. And you're like, okay, so you can come and go as you please. That's it. You can come and go. You can do whatever you want to do. But when I call you, I need you to answer, right? And I have one thing I don't want you to do. So there's one thing don't do, and when I call you, I need you to respond to me, right? And wherever you are, I'll come to you, right? So if you're over there fishing, don't worry, I'll come to you. No, it's not that deep. I have the power just to boop be right there, right? But I do need you to talk to me when you talk to me. I'm like, okay, Father. So that's what free will was. You can do whatever you want, but there's one thing I don't want you to do. And when I call for you to do a task for me, I need you to do the task. Right? There's not a legit dad on this planet that would think that's a stupid thing. To say that his father, like Yellowstone, the father who owned Yellowstone told his son, you can do this and this, but when I call you, I need you to answer me, and there's things I don't want you to do on this ranch that you're forbidden to do. Don't do that. But you're free to go. You can do it. You want to put a house? Go put a house over there. You're good. Right? So the Father in Heaven's design of free will is to be free to do what you want with your will, but not to be evil, because evil was not designed a part of free will. We have a corrupted free will. Our free will is corrupted. So we can choose to do evil, and we can choose to do good because we ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Right?
Question.
Yeah.
If God made us in His image and gave us free will,
Mm-hmm.
and He's controlling us, then we don't really have free will.
No, listen, when you create a video game and people love it and it's an open world game, you can do whatever you want in the game. I mean, it's true. You can't go...
No, not really. There's every video game ever made always has a hacker that shows up. Trust me, I've been playing video games a long time.
Listen, yes, and there's
no perfect video game. Look at this place. We got moderators that kick you out of a room just because I like Trump. I mean, come on.
I believe you. I do. I mean, I've been preaching on this video game. I've been preaching on video games for 14 years. You don't think I've...
And I like that you do that. At least you stand for what you believe in. How do you?
So, I mean, we both stand for what we believe in. And we're not big on backing down, but we're not trying to be mean.
Has this place ever kicked you out for preaching Jesus and all that? You ever get banned from here because of...
Oh my goodness.
That's a Roy.
Unbelievable. We're talking about for
So many times.
I've been banned so many times.
Okay. Well, then I have respect for it.
And then I just...
Unlike most of these lemmings who just kind of go along with everything.
Who baptized? Talking about the pastor?
Why can't we have a totally free speech talking network game?
Who baptized you?
Why doesn't that exist?
VR chat. That does in VR chat. VR chat is 100%.
Where? What?
Pastor Richard.
Does it have avatars?
Yes, sir.
It has avatars?
Yes, sir.
Okay, say that again. I'm sorry. What cast?
VR chat.
VR cast. C-A-S-T?
No.
Oh, chat. Oh, VR chat. Oh, okay. I can't get that on my PlayStation 4. It's not in the store.
It's on for PC. You can say whatever you want. The reason I don't go in here is because a lot of women, they walk around borderline naked. And I can't. When I go in there, if I'm not live, I will go in there because I don't want to record that. And you can click on them and change it to a safety guard where I can make everybody look like a robot. So I don't have to see their avatar. The difference between the avatar...
Did you play
What happened?
Did you play PlayStation Home when it was around? Remember PlayStation Home?
I did play...
It was like this. Only you couldn't talk. You could just type, but it was a huge, better-looking game than this place. We had realistic avatars. It wasn't dirty or anything, but it got hacked to death, and after so many years, it fell apart. But
yeah.
Hello, Iron Man. How you doing?
Yeah, this and Roblox. Roblox is, I would say, when it comes to preaching, Roblox produces a better group of people, like the numbers. But VR chat, I mean, is more safer.
You want to know how stupid?
Most of those things me and you were talking about, we would have already been voice banned at least 3 times for the things you said.
This, what do you call this, proximity chat?
Yeah,
that's all new to me. I'm 60 years old, so I can't go back to typing anymore. So I'm looking for places like this now.
Yeah, so that's VR chat, that's Rec Room.
Typing was always tough to get a point across.
Yeah, it is, because people seem to be 10 times more smarter when they're typing than when they're talking, because most people don't work on their socials.
I noticed that too, but will they read what you're typing? That's the problem.
Well, what I'm saying is, that's because that shows your generation mind. See, I'm 40. I just turned 40. So you're 20 years above me, and what I'm saying is, when I was born at the end of the 80s, and I lived through the 90s, was raised, and going outside was just what we did. We worked on our social skills.
I was a kid in the 70s.
You gotta watch the light. The light tells you if the light's about to go down because it's dark, you need to go home. Every kid knew that.
You didn't come home until the street light came on.
Yeah, so if you saw that light come on, you gotta run home, depending how far you are. Because if you didn't, you'd get in trouble, right?
Look, I got nothing against you, Pastor. If you want to believe in Jesus and God, that's fine, but it's just not for me.
Well, he is for you, but maybe...
Well, he doesn't even believe in the right Jesus, to be fair. He believes in the Aryanism.
I just don't like
Jesus. So, this guy isn't Christian.
He's such a bitch.
I'm American. I'm MAGA.
I'm MAGA too, by the way. I'm far right.
Alright. Way to go, brother.
So, no, if you're wanting to get banned, you're in the wrong servers. Go to the LG ones. I don't think you'll last long in
Hey,
those
the
servers.
first room I went into when I got this game, I went into that LGBTQ room that had the little booths, put topics. Some guy permanently banned me from the room just because I was wearing his hat. That was it. He didn't like my hat.
Well, you have to see it from
No,
their perspective.
and you know what? A lot of transsexuals and gays. They're actually very good conversational people. I actually love that room, but I can't go back into it now.
Well,
You know why I like trans people? They're like X-Men. They have extra powers. Think about it. A trans person can think like a man and a woman. Can you do that?
well, or they're like a
No.
transformer. They can turn into a car. Or
Well, they're not mechanical. But I would love to be able to think like a woman if I
That's gotta
could,
be trolling.
and like a man. All you men out there, all you can think about is being a man. But wouldn't you just love to be able to think like a woman, too?
Nope.
Well, you probably get a lot of girlfriends.
I would. That'd be a great power to have. Oh, well.
You get
Just
a
me,
lot of
maybe.
references that think like a girl. This is ridiculous.
This group is better than that. What's it called group?
Yeah.
Oh, awful.
Well, anyways, here's the bottom line. If you never really read the Bible, right? I would suggest if you
I can read the Bible. I grew up reading comic books. I need story, plot line, characters. He doesn't read like a regular book. You must know that.
Yeah, don't read the Bible. Look into the church, bro. The Catholic or
Hey, you never
Orthodox
really
church.
watched. What do you think of the Ten Commandments
Yeah.
movie with Yul Brynner and Charlton Heston? You like that movie?
Bro, he's-
I've watched that probably more times. I'm not religious, but I've watched that movie more times than any movie in my life.
Can I
'Cause I love the actors. I love the story.
can I persuade you to
He
consider?
freed the slaves.
Can I persuade you to looking in a Bible that you may consider buying? And it's called the Comic Bible, and it was designed because the guy who wrote it said just what you said. He said, "I'm a comic writer." I was this an older guy. He said I was.
Oh, what
there
the fuck,
with
I didn't know
Spider-Man, Iron Man, and I was a part
Why
of
would
a
she
lot
just
of
go?
that, and I grew in my faith. Like the guy who wrote Deadpool. He's
Wasn't Stan Lee more of a god than God? I mean, come on, man. He was my father growing up.
So
I never met him till later in life.
So what I'm simply saying is, there's a guy who wrote the entire Bible and made it into a comic book, and maybe that's what you need.
Yeah, I've actually had Bible comics. I had a comic book store once. I had a few of those. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do. But they do the main stories. They do the Noah's Ark story, the Ten Commandments. But it's all that stuff in between, you know, about the apostles and whatnot. That gets confusing, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I know. I don't know all the. What I don't know the term. I'm sorry.
For things to
I
leave
guess-
out of confusing, look into a church, bro.
The bottom line, I just get annoyed when religious people take the Bible beyond just being a work of fiction. I don't try to tell people Spider-Man is real or Superman is real, but the people who believe in the Bible, they all seem to think it's a real document, and they hide that belief. But there is actual real things in the Bible. Yeah, they'll mix it in with real history or historical events, but then they'll say, two of every animal walked up with both. I mean, come on.
Well, if Genesis 1, you already.
I mean, can you prove that it's not historical?
Well, let's go with this. No, he doesn't have to. I'll help him. So you have.
No, I
has to
can't.
prove
I
it.
cannot believe that two of every animal in the world walked magically onto a boat that was big enough to survive
No,
to hold them all.
Can you prove to me that it's not historical?
sorry, hang on.
That's okay.
All right.
Well, see,
Thank you for the music. No.
here's what I'm going to tell you, just a direction to look, right? If you're looking for more of evidence, and that's okay. Frank Turk talks about that. John Lennox talks about that, you know? And there are some people that they just want to see some historical data. Have you ever heard of the papyruses?
Circumcision
Any
Christian.
papyruses? Have you ever heard of papyruses? Do you know?
Isn't that some kind of paper?
Look this up.
Yes, you are absolutely right. It is. And so the papyruses and Inxaroxus, if I'm saying, or Oxaroxus. I know it's a weird name. It's from the Middle East. Well, these are what they were finding the manuscripts on. So when they have what's called the Codex Alexandrius, and there's another one. These is where we keep the manuscripts, right? For example, if me and you were to talk about the existence of Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, if we were to talk about Plato, or we were to talk about what's his name?
Church-based fellowship.
What do you call it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The Emperor of Rome, Caesar.
It says
I can't even think of his name. But when you look at the data, like of Alexander the Great, nobody argues that guy existed and he conquered the world, and he did it very young. However, there's not very many manuscripts to prove this guy exists, and not even Plato, and he was the great philosopher.
Right.
You know, Plato doesn't have anything. So what I'm saying is,
but everything that's been written about Alexander the Great, everything that's been written about Caesar, these are all human beings with human traits. That's why we believe it. Sure, they may not have existed, but we can believe it because they have human traits. You try to tell us this Jesus guy could molecularly turn wine into something. You tell us he can rise from the dead. These are not human traits. So you can see why your documents or papyrus is not as believable.
Well, yeah, sure. So let's go with this. I think you're the kind of guy who just wants to do a little more studying. And if you like to do, if you're truly a Trump follower, and this isn't
he wants empirical data. That's all he wants.
You're kind of guy who doesn't just for not just because we said it, but you want some kind of a value you can look at, and that's perfectly fine.
Show me the proof.
So the proof is going to go with your time.
He's not going to do that. He can't.
The proof and research is what you're going to need, but I can direct you to where to look. All right. This is if.
No, you're making a positive claim. You have to show him the proof.
So here's what I'm going to tell you: is this?
It's a category
with the codexes. You get what I'm saying? When you have the codexes is where we have the information. Whenever, like you said, you believe in Caesar, you believe in Alexander the Great, right? You believe in Genghis Khan, but their the manuscripts on them all together maybe will make up 250. Maybe. I'm being nice. Considering that Plato only has like 5 or 10. That's not even very many at all to compare to see what is truth and not true. Jesus alone has 25,000.
You have this name. You should have the same name.
Right?
I just forgot who you were.
26,000 manuscripts is a mass load of information to compare. It's because we want to see data if the data adds up, right? And
that's not what he's asking for. He's asking for.
But all that says is there was a guy named Jesus back in Roman times.
Yeah,
it doesn't prove he had powers.
Yeah, no, we don't want to talk about the powers. We want to first start.
Oh, we don't?
Time. No.
Well, that's what kind of turns people off to religion, Pastor.
No, that's not where you want to start. Don't worry, I'm gonna direct you where you need to start with your kind of thinking.
Hi.
Your kind of thinking doesn't need to be the powers.
Bro, this guy
you
sucks,
first
bro.
need to find out is he real. Then, if you can find out if he's real.
All right, but I can get behind believing Jesus was real.
That's just crazy.
Okay, so if you can get behind that he's real, then would the next step for someone like you're thinking, which I don't think it's a bad thinking. I think you just need someone to direct you. Is there any eyewitnesses who saw Jesus?
Bro.
Then if you could
You're not gonna convert him,
right?
bro.
If there's
you don't have the valid
who actually saw Jesus, then the next question would be after, did they see him perform any miracles? That would be the next one. So then, that doesn't mean you're going to believe it, but can we say we're going in a direction? And then you could go...
Can I give you my thoughts on miracles?
Well, wait, before you go there...
This guy will let me speak.
The next question would be...
Come on, actually, Nick. This is a good conversation. You gotta admit that.
That's not me doing that. That's this guy.
Oh, sorry.
So once you find out the guy exists, there's historical data, then we're not going to worry about miracles. Don't go with miracles. You're going to waste your time. Okay? You got to trust me. Then you want to go, is there any data about Jesus outside of the Bible? Is there anybody who ever talks about this dude? Right? Then when you get that, you're going to say, wow, there is people like Josephus who talks about Jesus outside the Bible. We actually have the governor of Rome actually talking about Jesus outside the Bible. His wife talked about Jesus. You're gonna
I can believe that could be real.
So then that still has nothing to do with miracles. Now what we're gonna set a foundation. Okay, so the guy is real. So this isn't going to be a process that's going to take you 1 second to just get it, or 1 day. It's going to take you some time to think about it, man. This is your life. Right? Can we be fair? You didn't just like Trump because Trump said he was awesome. You took the time to research.
Trump's amazing.
To do investigation.
Good, come on. Can't hear.
So, I mean, can we agree it took you some time to kind of get to know Trump by investigating, seeing, instead of, okay, so like, oh, well, Trump did this. And there could have been a time you said, yeah, it was true. And then you went back investigating and said, well, I don't see the data adding up to the accused. So I don't know if that's really true. Then they have people like Charlie go out there, investigate, and say these are flat lies.
Go try them.
They're making all this bull crud up. Then it makes you be like, wow, people are lying. I need to do better investigation. I can't be over here ragging on Trump's head if I don't investigate. I need to know more deeper information.
Well,
I don't want to
okay.
end up a dumb.
Everything Trump says and does, technically, I'm not there in the room with him. Technically, I don't know if it's real or not. But here's what I can say is real.
Yeah.
My taxes have gone down. The economy is better. Gas is cheaper. I do feel a little safer. The borders look secure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Right? You can't deny what you can see.
Right. So yeah. So can we just say? But besides.
So can I like Trump for that at least?
Yeah,
Yes, he's boisterous. Yes, he's a blowhard. Yes, he's showboatistic. And he's an alpha male, and a lot of pussies don't like him. But what can you do? I'll still vote for the guy over Joe Biden.
So
Any day, any fucking day.
Right.
Bye.
So here's what we're gonna say is that's all by investigation. That's not by
It's with my arm.
speculation. Can we agree? That's not by speculation, but it's by investigation. So could we? So
Well, by investigation, yeah, it's investigation because I could see it on my bills and in my life and on television, news and news footage. Which I hate this AI stuff. You don't know what to believe anymore with all these fake people. You don't. Yeah, that's another conversation.
Well, I get it, but Trump at the end of the day, he's a billionaire. Nobody really can tell him what to do if he doesn't want to do it. He's just a stubborn old bull.
He's dang successful. You can investigate his casinos all you like. They exist. You can investigate all the people he employs. They exist.
Right? Remember what they said when he was doing a hole through taxes? And he said, I'm not the only one, Hillary. Your buddy does it, and your other one here, and that guy over there does it, and they do it over there. He's not lying, he's just being honest. So what I'm saying is that's by investigation. You investigate it. With that being said,
Be a smart voter. I agree.
There's 26,000 manuscripts to investigate. There are eyewitness accounts of his resurrection. You said his resurrection. Think about this. How many?
I don't know who said he resurrected. Who said they saw him?
500 eyewitness.
His apostles.
500 people actually laid eyes on a dead corpse. You sure it wasn't a magic trick? Someone in the night came and moved the stone, took him out of there, and then some priest said, "He has resurrected."
Yeah, sure. I'll give you a little historical idea. Here was the rules. Whoever moves that stone and who's ever in charge, if that stone's removed, you're a dead man.
Yeah, doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
What they're saying is they already knew he was going to move the stone.
I think Jesus was this great guy that everybody loved and martyred the hell out of him, even to the point of making up the Bible. That's what I believe.
Well, you got to realize the Bible is an anti-man book. It's anti-man. Why would you make an anti-man book?
I don't know what anti-man means.
Yeah, sure. Revenge. Jesus says mercy. We want women right now. Jesus says wait and be married. We want to look at women and think whatever we want. Jesus says watch your thoughts. Right?
Yeah. I think Caesar was this great, we'll say Trump at the time. A lot of people didn't like, but he was for law and order. He did have a civilization, one of our earliest. He did a lot of good things. But he had some pretty unjust laws, and people got upset with that. And Jesus was something they liked better, and well, the Romans had to crucify him.
Well,
they broke the law, man.
Well, would you consider just a tiny courtesy that you may consider. You just
Yeah,
one time,
Different direction.
right? Just one time you may.
He's not gonna get the
doing it,
answers.
right?
I left, bro.
Would you consider
Nobody gets the answers.
just ask Jesus if you're real? Could you show me
What the
a way
fuck?
I'll believe? Just ask him.
I've done that many times in my life.
Just
Yeah,
ask
don't
him.
listen.
And to be
him.
honest,
this guy's not
I don't know what the
Christian.
fuck he's talking
Sometimes
about.
it could be just
I don't know what he's talking
coincidence.
about.
When I prayed to myself, please let this happen, and that's something that happened. It could have been Jesus, it could have been God, or it could have been a coincidence. How do I know?
How do he know?
Most likely it was a coincidence.
Right. Well, and you hear they're downplaying Jesus. Jesus said, "Seek,
Hey, can I ask you
and you'll
something?
find, knock on the door."
Out of all the
open."
people,
Asking
since
not down-
Jesus said he would come back,
Jesus
right?
is crazy.
Jesus said one day he'd come back. Is that right?
yes, but
That's just crazy.
you
What
don't
does he
want to
say?
be on that side of the fence when Jesus comes back. You want to be on his side.
Is it possible
Yeah.
No.
when you look
Be on my
close
side.
Trump came to dying with that bullet, that Trump is actually Jesus?
No,
No,
no.
bro.
Looking ass.
You.
Look at, he stopped 8 wars.
No,
Come on.
Trump said the most popular person he believes is Jesus Christ.